Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. It's my dog, Jem. Whoa. Oh my goodness me. Hello, Jem. Are you being a good girl? Are you being a good girl? Yes, she is. We've got Jem Cam today because you know what? You know bloody what? It's the spirit of dogs today.
Are we cutting to it or is it going to be in the corner?
We'll just cut to it every now and then and we'll say, hey, Jem. Jem. Hello, little one. Because this episode's got a big dog in it.
True.
We got the big Calvinista today.
That is a good point. That's a good point.
And she's been my little friend lately, Jem. She's been following me absolutely everywhere. So she didn't want to sit in the house on her own.
Animals be doing that.
Come down to the stew and she's going to watch the show. She's going to be our live studio audience for today, if you will.
It's good to finally have one. Mm-hmm. The live studio audience.
That's it, baby. Today.
Good to be back, Aiden.
We're talking all things dogs today, but we're also talking all things premieres.
Yeah, the premiere tier list. Well,
top 5. We're going to do our top 5 premieres.
5. Yes.
Then we're going to talk about your top premieres. Mm-hmm. Then we're going to go on and do a little revisited of the Halloween Apocalypse, an episode that we reviewed on broadcast, but we want to rewatch it and see how we feel.
The Redux reviews, the start of the flux.
Redux.
Let's go.
What do you think of that, Jem? Thanks, Jem.
Nice cut. Good to be here.
It is good. We're going to Adelaide.
I know. This week.
When this comes out, we'll be flying back from Adelaide.
Yes.
So this is like recorded a week in
I know.
advance.
It's exciting.
Are you packed? Are you ready? How are you feeling?
I'm not packed.
No, good.
And I'm not ready.
It's very early, so.
I'm going to get a haircut.
I was thinking that.
I'm going to get, for me?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
No, just because I thought, I know you were stressed about how long it is. So I thought when we go to Adelaide, I thought surely, because if not, you'll hate all the photos. And I know what you like. You'll be like,
I do like photos. Mm-hmm. Get my hair cut. I'm going to get a new pair of shoes. I notoriously wear my Converse until they're literally like falling off my feet.
Nice.
I need to do a few things. I'll pack on Wednesday.
We're sort of doing 50% on tour, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're taking the show on the road.
Do you want to hear a real quote from my dad?
Oh, what did he say?
I said, as a joke, I was like, they're like, oh, so you got another holiday coming up? Because I went away like a month ago. I said, I look at this more as a business trip. And my dad went, business trip? You've made like $5 from YouTube. And it was being 100% serious. I was like, I ain't more than $5.
Yeah, a little bit more.
Thanks, Dad.
A little bit more.
Thanks for the support. It was a joke.
And then he said, oh, my favourite doctor's John Pertwee, by the way.
No one asked.
Whoa.
It is, in a sense, a business trip. But
it is.
I'm also there for a bit of
it's
what's that saying? It's like business and pleasure.
Yeah, mate. Business trip. We'll be in a suit and tie the whole time.
As long as I got my suit
and tie. Walking off the plane.
We know that Aiden hates to dress up, but
yeah,
I'm wearing smart cash to the 30th.
Well, I'm taking just carry on. I'm not taking luggage, so I don't have room for anything too fancy. So,
hello,
Josh,
ladies.
For your lovely birthday, I might just wear nothing.
A button up.
Nah, just
nothing and a button
mate,
up.
Just absolutely nothing.
A bit of smart casual.
Yeah, I'm going to John Barham in it. Anyways.
Shit. What up?
Move on, mate, because we got a lot of openers to talk about. A lot of dogs to talk about. Thanks, Jim. And so, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at 50Doctor, on TikTok at 50Doctor Who. Subscribe, do the follow things. I'm not going to list them all. We've got a Ko-fi if you want to do that.
Remember to edit in the intro this week.
Oh, shut up, mate. I forgot to last week.
What are you going to do?
Let's do it. Intro now.
50 podcast.
I'm starting to realise when I was doing my list that there aren't that many great openers.
Well, I was going to ask your general opinion on Doctor Who openers. Are they good? Are they bad?
Some are really good.
Yeah.
I feel like the general vibe is that they're sometimes just not great.
I know one that's going to be in your list, and I'm going to hate it when you say it. New Earth, you fucking coward.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
You love New Earth.
Maybe will Space Babies be in yours? We'll find out.
No, but it's fun. I like it. It's a bit of fun.
Bit of
banter.
It's a
bit
of banter.
Taste test like we like to do whenever we have a fresh new drink on the pod.
What are they saying?
The Fremantle Dockers times Pirate Life Lager. So it's a beer of my footy club. They do one of these once a year. Let's taste test. It's always a different one.
I was going to say, isn't it the same every year?
It's usually a pale ale, which is I usually drink pale ales. This is a lager. Don't really drink lager anymore. I started with lagers when I was first 8 and drinking.
8?
Yes, confirmed illegal substance in an 8-year-old.
You started drinking lager when you were 8?
Did not do that, but you know what I'm saying. Put a 1 in front of the 8, and we'll sounds about right and legal.
Yeah. And how is it? Is it warm? Oh, you put it in the fridge.
Yeah, not for that long, but it's cold enough. That's all right, actually. Yeah,
Well, I mean, you know what?
that's good. It's a good can.
They have a sale every year, like from you, and pretty much all the Freo. Like it's like a guarantee.
All of us depressed fans at the
Sale.
end of the season when there's like no finals, Doctor Who shit. I'll just have the Fremantle lager.
Do they go down in price when the team loses?
No.
Do they do it for every team?
No, but a lot of them do it, especially if they're like in the contest for finals. This is boring talk. We should do Doctor Who talk.
Well, you bring in the Freo talk every week. But,
Yeah, we need like a segment.
you know, I just absolutely love it. I never bring up the cricket ever.
Never ever. Anyways, shall we talk about our top 5 openers, mate? We'll go from 5th to 1st. So, do you have a least favorite opener?
That's a good question.
I'm full of them, mate. That's why I'm here.
That's a noodle scratcher.
Oh,
Least favorite opener. Christ. Do you have one?
rattling through them. I'd say the one that I really care the least about, is probably the Series 9 opener, and it's, I don't want to say it's bad.
That'd be Magician's
Yeah, I just don't really care about that story. So probably that one or New Earth, because New Earth can suck my balls.
Do you know what's funny? Like, I guess this was like an unspoken rule because you would, I mean, like, come on, you must have Bells of St. John in your list.
Okay, I want to give
Because
that
that's 7 part 2.
Honourable mention.
Technically, it is that's your honourable mention.
honorable mention to Bells of St. John, because it's not that great of an episode. I just love it. I want to kiss it and cuddle it.
I was going to pick that.
Well, yeah. No, I'd kick you.
Did I say kick that?
I don't know.
I don't know worst. I mean, honestly, like, I'm not a huge, like, Women Who Fell to Earth fan.
I love that episode. It's not in here. Another honorable mention. How about that?
I guess none of them are terrible. I like New Earth. I'm not a huge, like, Smith and Jones fan. I'm not a huge Partners in Crime fan.
Partners in Crime, another honorable mention.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Asylum of the Daleks, I wouldn't say it's terrible. I
Rewatched
liked
it recently.
but, yeah,
It is good enough.
it's not on my list, but it's, you know,
It's good enough.
yeah.
All right, hit me with your 5th, baby.
All right. You are on my list. All
I'm
right,
on your
number
list.
5 is the pilot, Series 10's opener.
Okay, fruity, fun.
Just good vibes. The introduction of Bill. I think we find the 12th Doctor in like a very different place, and it's a fresh start.
Looks
and it
amazing.
looks really nice.
Looks so
yeah, we were
good.
talking about that a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, did we both? Because I rewatched it recently. Did you?
I did, yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
I find myself rewatching it a lot, even though I do recall at the time watching it and being like, this sucks.
It's like it's not the best story, but the vibe it sells is I'm so on board for
Exactly. It gets saved by, I think, the character moments between like Bill and the Doctor. I'll even throw Nardole in there to be like, you know, it's fun.
it. Why did we shit on Nardole as kids, mate? Because Nardole is GOAT. I love him. Whenever he's on screen, I'm just slapping my... It's like Bells of St. John energy, where I'm like, I love... It sucks, but I love it.
Yeah, it's
Nardole.
It's a shame how much we did shit on him, but yeah, it's far from great. But as I made a joke before, it's like, I don't really think there's that many good openers. So
I feel like because they're consistently just little runarounds, they're consistently just like, okay. Like, or fun. They're consistently fun.
there are some really good ones.
There is. I actually... Yeah, I think there's a lot of good ones. But there are a lot of just soft, fun ones, is my point. My
What's your
5th
5?
is
Number 5.
Smith and Jones.
Wow.
It was between this and Partners in Crime, because I think both of them are like a similar vibe. But I think...
Smash it then.
And I'm so nostalgic for both of them.
I swear you would have picked Partners in Crime.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, it genuinely is a coin flip for me. Smith and Jones, I think, is just like a good vibe. Like, I love them going to space. Jadoon was like the talk of the town, mate, back in the day. The Rhino boys, what's going on there?
You will be catalogued.
A hospital in space is great. I love it. The Jadoons still look good as well, I should say that.
Well, there's only one Jadoon that shows its face.
Yeah, well, still, but even the kits and the other ones look good, mate.
It's just funny that I guess they couldn't afford to do more than one.
But I don't think they need to. I don't think they need to.
Well, they could do it for Series 4. They got like there's heaps of them.
Is there?
And the Shadow Proclamation.
Big fucking budgets and all that.
That's where they live. That's where they sleep.
The homies.
Yeah.
But yeah, just good vibes. Sets Martha up amazingly because she's fantastic. David's excellent.
Blue suit debut.
Blue suit debut. David's feet debut.
Yep.
Amazing.
Yep.
And just like a hospital on the moon being attacked by rhinos is like, I think what Russell thinks he's doing with Doctor at the moment, where he's like, I'm going to do weird shit, but it's not quite got the polish at the moment. But this is Doctor Who doing weird shit and throwing shit together, and it really working for me.
If that came
Bit of
out now,
horror.
though, would you like it?
I would, because it takes itself seriously enough. Like it's not soft on the ending. It like has stakes. It's got like a dramatic edge about it come that final act. And at the moment, Doctor Who, it does have moments of that, but it's just not got that complete. I miss I miss when Doctor Who sort of took itself a bit more seriously. And now it's a little bit like, for the finale, we'll put the dog on a leash and send it to the time vortex. It's like, that's so silly. Like, no one's going to take that seriously. Are you on crack, Russell T. Davis? What's your fourth?
They thought it would be taken seriously, I guess, but
Wrong.
Halloween Apocalypse, which is what we're reviewing
Whoa!
today. It's so fun.
Whoa!
It's so fun.
Okay.
I guess I won't say too much because
Yeah.
we're going to review it today, but I'll just say it's so fun, and I think it deserves its spot there.
Fair. The
It's such a fun ride.
Gem cam's failing at the moment because Gem's currently not in the camera shot, but
You need like a big studio exterior shot.
studio like an extreme wide angle.
Yeah, exactly.
Just tracks Gem around.
Just like following her around.
Well, let's see what she gets up to, eh? She's having a sniff. She's under the table at the moment. No,
Like
Connor.
4 cats.
That's not me sniffing your leg.
I'm easily mistaken.
You're okay. Do you want to come up here? Okay, we'll pause this whilst Gem comes up here. Come on. Welcome actually onto the show now, Gem. What do you have to say for yourself? Quick, Gem, come on, don't be shy. You can say it. You can say it. Come on. It's okay. Gem, that's enough. You can stop talking. Gem, that's enough. Stop. It's okay.
I think for a second she thought it was real.
Yeah,
She went,
probably.
"Ooh."
What's the doggies? This is my lovely dog, Gem. Anyways, so yeah,
Who let
Rose.
the dogs
Rose is my
out?
fourth.
Yeah.
Like, not the best episode in the world, but it sets up this series. We wouldn't have Doctor Who right now if it wasn't for Rose doing what it did. Sets up Rose, the character, amazingly. Sets up the Doc amazingly.
There's a character called Rose in it.
How would I know that?
How did this happen?
And I think it creates the blueprint of Doctor Who in the modern era, of who the Doctor is, of the modern edge of the show. That and like the whole suburban vibe, which we know is very Russell.
Go eat your beans on toast.
Yeah, I'm gonna get choked by a big arm.
It is a great episode.
That's a big kink right there.
Yeah, definitely. The Return of the Goats, our plastic friends.
Our plastic friends. What's your third?
Well, my third is Rose as well.
Okay, cool.
It's so fun. It's a really good introduction. You're right. It did put the show back onto the... Is the silver screen the TV screen?
I know our local cinema, there used to be a silver screen thing.
That's the senior citizens thing.
Yeah.
Well, we put it back onto our TVs. It got us into Doctor Who. It's 20 years old next year. It'll always hold such a huge place in my heart. It's nostalgic fuel for me.
Mood.
I've seen it a billion times. And I think it just shows I guess when I start to lose faith in Russell, I remember he did stuff like this, and I hope that
He's an excellent writer.
maybe one day we'll get back to that kind of writing. But it's just it really what they achieve in 45 minutes is really incredible.
Huge. Yeah, you wouldn't. It's hard to comprehend how much they introduce in that.
Yeah.
Because it really is let's do this completely for a new audience.
Yeah.
And it doesn't waste time on things like the Rani or the Conquisitor. It just gives you what you need to know. The meat and bones of Doctor Who.
Yeah, and I guess to I think I was 6 at the time or something, and just the fact that it got my attention, from there on out I've never missed an episode is
Crazy.
Yeah, and the fact that it's 20 next year is
we're old,
I'm
man.
getting old, man.
So old. And my first dog was called Rose.
That's true.
So little Gem, his
Shout out to
older sister.
Rose.
R.I.P.
Yeah,
Dead now, of course.
I see a gravestone out there. It's so sweet.
Yeah. Number 3 for me.
Yeah.
I feel like you might punch me in the nose. Deep breath.
That's okay.
I loved seeing it at the cinema with you.
Yeah. Great story.
Great story attached to it, but also just it looked amazing. It really looked fantastic on the big screen.
Yeah.
And I think it really holds up. It really looks good. It's a complete different structure than what we're used to for these post-gen episodes. I like the dark edge. I think it introduced Pete's Doc amazingly.
Yeah.
I just think it's so different for an opener. And
it is very different.
And it comes with an edge, mate. But also super funny. We have the best joke of Doctor Who of all time in there. The Times. Shall I send it up?
I thought you were going to say it's times like these I miss Amy.
That is funny, to be fair.
When I say great story, I meant the bloke who tries to sit next to us in the theater, but that's all right.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
I thought you meant the plot. Yeah.
No, but also the plot.
Yeah.
We finally, the kind of subtle bringing back the Clockwork Robot vibes. I like that. I like how good does the half face man look?
Yeah. There's like a little De Pompadour like Easter egg. I guess they kind of.
What's the same boys?
Yeah, they kind of confirm about confirming it, I guess, because he's like, I remember you, but I kind of don't. And it's like, it's cool. Like, yeah, it's a good episode. It's never really struck like me as like being amazing. I remember.
Oh, and Matt at the end.
Oh god, and that's pretty. That's
a goat moment.
Yeah, I remember getting really drunk on the podcast and reviewed that and being very embarrassed. So I guess go back in 2 stories: me getting really drunk, and also you can hear the story about the guy who tried sitting next to us in the theater, which is a bit of an oldie but a goodie.
Yeah, kind of punched him. It was crazy.
I didn't punch him.
What's your number 2, boy?
11th Hour. It's just so good.
It is good, isn't it?
It's probably my favourite introduction to any Doctor. An hour of swashbuckling fun.
So swashbuckle, so fun.
And it's such a different vibe to what Russell set up, and Stephen does it so well. It is that fairy tale, and Murray understood the assignment. I love Amy and Rory as characters, probably arguably the most iconic companions in New Who.
I'd say globally they are.
Everyone knows them.
Yeah.
Oh, is it Amy and Rory? Everyone knows Amy and Rory. And it sets up the crack, and Prisoner Zero is awesome.
Amy and Rory are the best companions. They're the ones that I got into. You know when they came to America?
Yes. God, I
remember when they came to the Utah and he had the hat.
Doctor Who.
One of us. He made Doctor Who great again.
That was like wasn't that the BBC America launch? It's like, and watch Doctor Who in America.
Yeah,
it was actually really good, like marketing wise, to do that. Bring it to fucking Australia for Christ's sake. Yes.
We'll all be like, g'day, mate.
Go 30 minutes that way. It looks like an alien planet.
Can't wait for the Doctor, but a shrimp on the barbie.
Listen, you want to do Mars exterior? Just go to fucking Lancelin.
Oh, mate. Go to Carragini. You got all sorts of shit going on there.
Go everywhere.
Or Kalgoorlie. Or you go down to the south to the
you know
Great
what you can
Southern.
do as well? Find some gold, put it towards your budget.
Oh, and then it's a Sideman story, The Sidemen are coming for that gold or something because they want to destroy the gold because they're allergic to gold. I don't know. It writes itself.
Anymore, but yeah, I think they fixed it.
Yeah, but I feel like there's like a gold rush
a hidden
set.
A hidden set, and they can just be flick of the switch, do like a Luke Smith flick of the switch, and the plot is resolved.
Australia's got a huge tragic history, and I think there's the opportunity for a good, impactful, and important.
What about a C.Y. O'Connor episode?
I'm building the pipes.
Yeah, I'm building the pipe eyes.
Pipes all across Australia. And Australia, if you don't know, is pretty fucking big. Pipes.
I'm building a pipe eyes.
I'm building a pipe.
You're a fool, you are.
Stephen,
no, I isn't.
He isn't.
Why am I talking in a British accent?
I feel like the Stephen Moffat version of that script would be, there's something in the pipes.
You just hear dong, dong, dong.
Yeah, it's just a sound from the pipes. You never see what it is.
What could that be?
And like bubbling in the water.
Everyone stay back. I'm Matt Smith. That's why I love 11th Hour.
My number 2 is The Impossible Astronaut.
That old chestnut.
Yeah, mate. It's goat, isn't it? It sets up a great series arc. I remember them saying like they kill off the main character in the first 10 minutes. Like an early review said that, or one of the main characters. And I thought,
impossible.
What a joke, mate. What a joke.
Impossible.
It's going to be fucking Dave, the character of the week, is going to die, right? And then Doctor.
Was that a spoiler review you read?
No, it's spoiler free, but
that's terrible.
It is terrible, yeah.
It gives away something really big.
Yeah, but I'm very nostalgic. I think that's the most like finger on the pulse that I've been for like waiting for the episode to drop because it was on like ABC iView. I think it was the first time I could watch it live-ish. Like by live, I mean it probably aired in the UK the night before and then was coming out like 5 p.m. And I remember like emptying the dishwasher and just checking the time on the oven, waiting for it to cook over. And I was like, an hour and 37 minutes. An hour and 35 minutes.
Will the Doctor die?
And it lived up. It is a vibe of an episode. And part 2 is good as well, but part 1 is amazing.
Yeah, part 2 kind of drops the handbag, but
yeah, it's fine enough. But part 2, but 1's amazing. What's your number 1?
Impossible Astronaut.
I knew it would be.
Come on, it's so good. If we're talking like series openers that gets me the most hyped, it's definitely that.
Oh, yeah.
I remember going to school and people were talking about it. That's how big it was.
All the Americans are talking about it.
I know the Americans were, but this
Have
was
you
in a...
seen that show, Doctor Who?
Yeah, honey. I've been watching it since it came out in 2005.
Oh, my God.
It's
Matt
been on
Smith.
since 2005?
That Matt Smith fella, he's pretty cute, isn't he?
Yes.
Oh, dear me. I'm going to go full Texas now.
Howdy.
Oh, my God. Have you... I'm losing
Honey,
it. Go,
quick.
keep
That
talking.
show about the blue boxes on TV.
Oh, sweetie.
The Silence is, like, to this day, probably one of the greatest villains in Doctor
I
Who.
forgot about those fuckers.
It's so Stephen Moffat. I feel like... Oh,
That wasn't even intentional.
You cheeky
Wasn't intentional.
fucker. I feel like he never got them as good as he did in that episode. Like, even in Day of the Moon, they're not as good. And then from there on out, they're just like... Are they not in it again till Time of the Doctor? Oh, no, they're in the final.
They're in Wedding Riverside.
They're in Wedding, which is just terrible. And then Time of the Doctor, they're kind of there.
Yeah,
with
with cool new collars. And they're in Revolution of the Daleks.
One is. That one of them is wearing like a turtleneck in the Time of the Doctor. And they're basically just like suddenly become the Doctor's mates at the end of it. It's very weird.
Brothers.
Brothers, yeah.
Brothers in
if
arms.
they have a sex, I don't know.
Band of brothers.
But yeah, they're super cool. The suits were an awesome look. The design's awesome. Like the three fingers.
And the sound.
Joy.
This is what it sounds like.
Was Joy. Oh, Aiden, you're such a fucking disgusting man. We get it. Aiden.
Alrighty. That was fun. Can you guess what my number one is?
It's what I said before, number 2.
11th Hour.
Yeah.
I very quickly caught on to the fact that we had the same top 2 but swapped.
Just swapped.
11th Hour, perfect, sets up, I can't say anything more that you haven't, sets up the era perfectly. From the first, you got the pre-title sequence, which is fine. Take it or leave it. You don't really need it. But from the title sequence onwards,
Thunder.
the first shot of...
the turbine.
Yeah, it just sets up this fairy tale and Murray's sound. The way that Murray sort of almost switches, like I feel like he, for Series 5, completely changed the sound. And then like for Pete's era, he kind of does like an amalgamation of like Russell's era and Matt's era, and it's just like a bit of a mix.
He threw the sticks away and got new ones.
And now he's got more new ones
Sticks.
to do the same stuff.
The sticks.
Yeah, so good. So much credit to Moffat for setting up an amazing era.
Yeah, I feel like...
The cracks? Carly's crack?
Yeah, that's such a great... Prisoner Zero has escaped. Prisoner Zero has escaped.
The first browser history joke.
Yeah, Olivia Colman's in it.
Oh, yeah.
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 Kind of crazy looking back now.
And they kind of go a little bit Sherlock with like the phone bit where it's like...
Yeah. Dude, yeah, it definitely had like a bit of an upgrade in like quality. Yeah, so good.
Yeah, it looks amazing. It like color-wise as well.
Yeah. That ending is so beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
The score plays when Amy first goes into the TARDIS. It's just like, it's nostalgia core. It's beautiful. I can just hear it in my head now. Like,
It's got a dog in it. Done it, Gem. Sorry, there's no... Gem Cam's not working at the moment. She's not in shot.
you tried, and that's the main thing.
I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. All right, let's rattle through really quick some of your guys' favorite
Linkin Park.
episodes. It's time for upgrade or delete.
Upgrade in progress.
All right, I'm going to upgrade them or delete your opinions, okay? Are you
All right.
ready, Connor?
I'm always ready, baby.
As always, means that you are good and means you're a fucking moron. All right, Dylan says, big fan of Smith and Jones. Also, shout out to 11th Hour. Also, sneaky in there, sneaky plug for Dylan's new web series, Rodney Bucket.
Is that out
is
now?
out now, episode 1. So check out Rodney Bucket. It's got a little pilot, little comedy. It's good fun. And Dylan's been a good supporter for the show over the years. So check it out. I'm going to say yes to that opinion and yes
say
to
no.
Rodney Bucket.
Well, no to the Smith and Jones. Cancel it.
What about Rodney Bucket?
Go for yes. Well, I support my friends' projects, of course. Yes. Supported here.
Jimmy Quick, instant. Anyways. Certified Axon Enjoyer says, it has to be Series 6. Starting the series by killing off your protagonist is some crazy shit.
Aiden agrees with Jimmy for once.
No, that wasn't Jimmy. That was Certified Axon Enjoyer.
Oh,
I didn't even read Jimmy's opinion.
I swear you said Jimmy. Am I hearing things?
I did. And then I said, I just instantly cut him off and just gave him the scream. I didn't read his opinion.
I see.
He said Rosa 11th Hour, which is a basic take that we've all said.
You're so mean. Or Jimbo.
Here comes the doctor, says the woman who fell to Earth.
No. No. No, folks, on audio devices, that is not me pressing the button.
Connor, stop pressing yes.
I am not. My hands are in the air. I did not press that.
Kill yourself.
You know what? You'd probably be good for you to like redo the sound bites, but it's on the same things. You have to keep flipping through it.
Yeah, but that's a bit of effort. And
A bit of effort that probably would solve a big issue on the pod.
don't worry. No, I'm good. I'm flicking through. I'm doing well. Last one here from Theo Waring says, deep breath, 100%.
No. No, that's again not me. Do not listen to these sounds that you are hearing.
Shall we move on to the premiere of all premieres? The most premiere of all premieres, I would say, in terms of like,
Yeah.
you know, it just sets up a fucking lot,
Well,
mate.
what was it? My number 4?
You loved it, mate.
Yeah. Well, how can you not?
You loved it. Let's talk about the Halloween Apocalypse, also known as Flux, Chapter 1.
Yeah, boy.
It's the premiere episode of the 13th season of the British science fiction television program Doctor Who, and the first part of the 6-episode serial known collectively as Doctor Who Flux. It was broadcast on BBC One on the 31st of December 2021. Yes, that's right, folks. That's Halloween 3 years ago.
What's the flux?
What the Flux? It was written by showrunner and executive producer Chris Chibnall and directed by Jamie Magnus Stone. The episode stars Jodie as 13, Mandy Pajiaz, and John as the new companion Dan. Features the return of the Centaurans and the Weeping Angels. It doesn't even try and do a brief synopsis on here because there's so much going on
Don't
here.
even bother.
Jem, do you like the Halloween Apocalypse? Thanks, Jem.
Fantastic.
Back in the day,
Yes.
we both liked it, right?
Oh, 100%.
Let's check the old spreadsheet, mate. I gave it a 7, you gave it a 7.5.
Okay.
Main critique, I remember both were saying it was fun. It was just a lot too fast-paced, right?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Well, what do you think now?
Now it's just so much better in my opinion. I mean, like, I know what I'm going into. This is like the best, like, description of like a roller coaster of a Doctor Who episode.
Facts.
Because it just takes you everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's so much fun.
It's like we laughed, we cried, we
Yes.
cheered, a bit of
And I'm
everything.
here for it, you know? And yeah, it is all over the place. And there are some things in it that I don't think make much sense. But it's swashbuckling fun, man. I've had the time of my life watching this shit.
Yeah. It's fun. It's crazy. It's messy as hell.
Yeah.
But doesn't feel as messy when you know, like, I think messy things and things that are poorly paced, you know the first time you watch, and each time you watch it affects you less and less because you're used to it and you're used to the structure.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
Sorry, I just had a deep thought then where I was like, well, maybe we're just accustomed to normal narrative structure because we're so used to seeing it for so many years. Maybe fast-paced stuff is good, but we're just not used to watching it, you know?
This is like your What was a Mass Fury that was very smart.
I'm fucking going all over the place,
That's
mate.
a throwback.
I
I think this was the first time Chibnall had like just a lot of fun with the script.
Yeah, he
It's
was like, yeah, and the Weeping Angels, don't know what we're going to do with them yet, but they're fucking there.
I think he was like, look, the world is ending because it's COVID. It's my last series. Let's just go out with like a huge bang. And that's exactly what happens.
Massive bang.
It's just so much happens. I honestly would say, if like we're starting from the top, my least favorite scene of the whole episode is actually the beginning with they call it like a grav pole.
Yeah.
Where the Doctor and Yaz are hanging off it.
Yeah, it's the gravity bar from,
Gravity bar.
I think, the Sontaran experiment. Remember we watched that? And I think, is it Sarah or Tom or Harry?
Oh, shit.
One of them has to hold and pull that up? I think so. I said that on that pod.
Yeah, I think he did.
I think it's the same thing.
Wow. She does mention Nitro 9.
Yeah, the old ace.
In the beginning as well.
Yeah.
Guess a little bit of a hint to what's to come in the final episode. I'm sure they planned ahead.
It kind of looks
months and months ahead.
okay, that sequence, but also kind of shit at the same time.
It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. Not the best thing I've ever seen.
I did have a friend that wanted to had watched like bits of Jodie's era, but wanted to give it a try with Flux, and said him and his brother sat down and watched the first 5 minutes and said, "This is fucking Power Rangers," and turned it off.
Right, that's my issue with it because I feel like that scene is like it's like the dialogue is pretty clunky. It's super like
The whole episode is
it just it's like
expository.
yeah, it's
Exposition.
massively like that. I'm like, oh god, I've not really missed this kind of dialogue where everything's explained.
Yeah, it really is like a lot in this. With
That
Revolution of
opening
the
scene is
Daleks,
crazy.
it is. With Revolution of the Daleks, when we rewatched that last month, I was like fine. Like there was a few lines where I was like, okay, classic Chibs. But this one was like getting punched and slapped every time he wanted to say something. I was like, oh my god, there's so many words.
Covenus is like, this is gonna snap, and then you're gonna fall, and then you're gonna die. And if you survive that, which you won't, then my lasers are gonna come after you. And if that happens, you're gonna do this. It's gonna fall down there. And Joe's like, I think it's kind of my fault. It is your fault because you said we're gonna go here and do that, and we do this. And it's like, okay, we get it. I can see that. All right. They defy the laws of physics a lot. They go from hanging from their legs to pushing themselves up to grab it.
But that's because, as Chibnall told us, they did the gymnastics, the space gymnastics.
Great.
Anti-grav.
Remember, who came first and second? Cool. And literally, I checked, okay? The reason why this grav bar moves, because there's a quick shot of Jodie touching a wire. It goes... Zzz,
and it all goes crazy. Yeah, I picked up on that.
They start flying around.
I was like, all right.
It's so and then the bar snaps and they just so happen to fall.
And they turn into wicked witches for a second on them. Do you think that's intentional, being Halloween?
What, because they're flying on the sticks?
Yeah, and the sticks are made to look of like witch broomsticks.
I like that.
I don't know if that's just like fan theory or if that's actually... Because it could be either way. Like it is...
Who knows with a Chris Chibnall script?
The way they're holding it, it looks enough like it actually could have been intentional.
I like that. That's cool. I think it is funny they fly into the TARDIS.
And there's a bed on the floor.
Well, to save them from the fall, Aiden.
Wow.
I think we know from now watching the whole of Series 13 and the specials that that's just not the case. So, but it's fun.
Well, 13 was leading her on. That's all I can say then.
That's true. I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
Title sequence. Amazing title sequence. Good shit.
Then we go to Liverpool back in the day with the Mad Mole.
Oh, okay, man. I love Jamie McMastone. I think he's a brilliant, one of the best Doctor Who directors. And he does a great job every time.
JMS.
Does a great time this episode. But in 2021, do not know how him and the entire producing team can sign off on that establishing shot. The shot that sweeps across the Liverpool river or ocean or whatever the fuck it is, and into the museum.
Yeah,
it's great in concept and almost great in execution.
Yeah,
but to get it all to line up, it's janky. Like it's so. Do you not notice this?
I mean, look,
it's terribly janky. It's not just like me being picky.
I generally did notice it today. Like I generally did, but I was just like, eh.
I think it looks like it's horrible. It's so jarring. And then you can slightly see into the museum and there's no one there until it goes into the window and goes into the set.
I'm not a huge fan of those kind of shots anyway. I know Rachel tried to do one in series 10 in World Enough in Time.
I appreciate them trying.
Not too bad.
I appreciate them trying it, but I just think it's one of those things where the time restraints or whatever, the money clearly wasn't there to get that shot right. And I think at some point you have to get to a point where you're like, no, we just need to cut to just an exterior of that building. Like this shit ain't working right now.
Yeah, that's fair enough to say. Yeah, so that's modern time Liverpool. We see the Mad Mole, who
we got old Liverpool back there.
Yeah, kind of like gets a payoff in the end, I think.
Yeah, he's digging holes.
It's a bit odd, but...
Digging tunnels, mate.
He's literally in it at the beginning, and then he's in it for like a quick shot at the end. And it's like, I remember watching it and being like, what the hell's going on here? Yeah, and then Dan's basically like hijacking this... the
tour.
Yeah. I'm going to try and explain this, but I feel like I'm going to miss out on so much shit.
It is all over the place, mate.
I feel like I've already missed out on like 3 different cutaways.
We got this. Well, yeah, I forgot about the Mad Mole.
Yeah, Vinder's in it.
Yeah, Vinder's doing something.
Where we get introduced to Di and stuff. They have a bit of a relationship. I think I did notice about Dan's character, which is really nice, is that like he works at like a homeless shelter, I assume.
Yeah, wholesome.
He doesn't take food, and we later on see that he did need food.
Just makes you go, oh, what a nice guy.
Yeah, and then Vanessa smashes down.
Hold up, we're running. We're running fast here.
What did I miss?
Well,
it's only Halloween Apocalypse. I'm sure I didn't miss anything.
Dad and Di need a date.
Yes.
They got a date on the cards.
Yes.
And as she's telling him, you can't keep doing this museum thing, he says,
What's the point of being alive?
if it isn't to make others happy.
Do you know what's so funny?
What's that?
They literally say in that scene, it's like, oh, pick me up on this street. And we see at the end of the episode Di waiting on that street. It's the most dingy, darkest, scary,
Grim.
spooky,
Grim.
foggy street you could ever imagine in your life. If you're a woman waiting in that street alone, fucking hell.
You say, I'm waiting in the house, you come
God
knock.
help you.
You know?
It's so scary. It's like, let's meet in the scariest place on earth. And then we'll go out. Then we'll go.
Agree.
So,
I'd agree.
is it the Division who go to Swarm?
Yeah, man. They roll in, they teleport, they got their division guns, and Swarm, he's looking spooky. And look at that big beefy face he's got going on.
So, this is a trope that's been done in Doctor Who quite a bit.
Oh, shit.
And I'm a little bit sick of it, folks.
Okay.
Regeneration? No, it's like, how long Swarm been there? Since the dawn of the universe.
Everything's been there since the dawn of the universe, mate.
Right, okay. So he's been there since the dawn of the universe. I don't really feel that, but it's okay. Actually, as a character, I think Swarm is good. He seems threatening.
Mm-hmm.
I
He's
like
all
the
like-
actor portraying him.
He's all like,
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like there's two different design changes. So there's that one, and then it changes into like the main look.
yeah, he like absorbs or does something to the
Yeah, it becomes more crystallized, I guess.
Chibs does not like. He doesn't know what he's doing in the best way possible. In that, he's like, and then he absorbs the person, and it makes him regenerate,
Yeah.
and then that makes him become free from the prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Don't need anything more. And I kind of appreciate with how batshit crazy this episode is. I kind of appreciate that he doesn't just sit there and go
Yeah.
have like dialogue where it's like, oh, and then I hijacked the machine, and the machine has freed me, and now I'm going to regenerate because I have a cell of Time Lord injected into me when I was 4 years old. It just does it, you know?
Well, also the one woman left, her gun just stops working. He's like, that won't work here. And it's like,
Okay,
okay.
I guess it won't.
It's like, all right, how did that happen?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It's like, okay.
All right.
I like it though. Like it is, there's a setup though for, is it Azure? Who is like his mistress or something? I don't know. There's this setup in the North Pole or something.
Oh my God.
I don't know what any of this is
What
about.
the fuck is
What is it
going
about?
on?
I don't get it. I don't understand it.
Nah.
I really don't get it.
I think the idea is that like
And this is like the 5th time I've watched it.
either like the division sent her there and like erased her. And she didn't erase her memories because she knows who she is, doesn't she? And
Because there's this like ball that's going off and it's like, they said it would never ring.
but it's like she's on like restraint, like she has like an ankle fucking bracelet on or something
Yeah.
like that. Like, no, we won't tie you up, but we'll put you in a house on the North Pole on Earth of all places.
There's no other planets.
And we'll never send you a beacon. They do send her a beacon. And she's like, fuck that, smash.
And then,
And then Swarm's like, fuck that, I'm going to come get you, bro. And I'm going to be spooky whilst I do it.
ooh. And just to show you I'm serious, I'm going to kill your husband.
Shit, that's dark.
Fucking hell. Me watching it for the first time. This is awesome.
Fucking hell,
This
mate.
is awesome.
This guy's real. And Swarm, you know what? He fucking is. He's got a dog in him.
Villain since the Master.
He's got a dog in him. What do you think, Jem?
Good comment.
Thanks, Jem.
Well, speaking of dogs, that's when Carbonista comes in.
Oh, now he fucking barges down that door.
Yes. I loved all this stuff.
Oh, it's funny. It's actually funny
It
at
is.
this encounter.
They're almost like a team up, Carbonista and Dan.
Goats, mate.
They're just a really good team up. They're funny.
Goats.
They're both just having fun with it. I love how, I guess we can kind of let it slide that because it's Halloween, Dan is convinced it's a costume. I guess it's the one time a year you can get away with him not thinking that it's real. But
Well, you kind of get away with it because it sets up before there's that guy that's like 40 and he knocks
Yeah.
on the house and he's like,
Go
"Got
on,
any
get off
candy?"
with yours.
Yeah, get on with yours. And don't egg my house.
Yeah. And then the guy's, it was like, what is up with you guys tonight?
Yeah, it's so good.
What is up with you all tonight?
You better get out there now or I'm calling the busies.
Yeah, it's funny. It seems like they kind of just let John Bishop yell his like Liverpool slang.
A little nose squiggle.
Yeah. That looks real.
Costume looks good.
And by the way, I love the costume looks really good. And I love the whole idea of is it the Kafari or something? The Carvanista
Something like
people. The idea that they aren't kidnapping humans to kill them, they're kidnapping them to save them. Lipari,
that's it.
Lipari, yeah.
That's right.
They're kidnapping them. I like this. I really love plot, so I know all this shit. I love how the Lipari are actually taking the humans to save them.
Yeah,
it's such a cool idea.
Because they're like joined, because man and dog, right?
It's kind of smart.
Yeah.
Dare I say it? It's just so nice to be able to say
fun.
something nice about the Chibnall era. I feel like I'm always so negative about it. So,
yeah,
I love
it's fun.
that. The spaceship set is really cool as well.
Oh, it's so good. And that's where Calvinista then takes Dan. And he's there and he's like getting electrocuted on there. And he's like, I'm not a pet. And he's like, you fucking are, dog.
Well, it's
You
also
dog.
a very cool exchange as well, where it's like Dan realizes that Carvanista hasn't kidnapped him to kill him because it's just so much effort. He would have just killed him back at his house. There's a reason why he's taken him.
He's clever.
And yeah, I'm having fun.
I'm having fun, mate. The Doctor and Yaz arrive outside of Anfield.
I'm guessing single bloke.
I'm guessing single bloke. They go into Dan's house. They accuse him of being single. They find a square on the floor that's not the same shape as the container that he got trapped into, but we'll let that slide. I notice that every time, and it drives me nuts. And then they
Minus a point for that.
Yeah. The computer. It's kind of dumb as well though, where it's like,
Nice laptop, Dan.
why does Dan have such
Yeah.
there's one thing that's bugging me.
Yeah.
Why does Dan have such an expensive computer?
It's not his. That's so dumb.
Me dog's locked in fucking Costa.
And then the house.
Calvinista's just a Costa like,
Is it in Power of the Doctor when they go back to the house and it's still gone? I think it is.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it is when they leave Dan. This is
Guess I'm kipping on my parents' couch tonight. The Doctor's like, yep, see ya.
yeah. So the house is miniaturized and they pick up the house and take it.
Isn't there someone on the toilet or something?
Yeah, someone's having a shit
Dude,
next
it's so,
door.
I'm snapping my knee. I'm having so much fun.
Yeah, I've never seen that
So
joke before.
much fun.
Oh, man.
And then Claire rocks up.
Oh yeah, Claire's like, there's a fucking angel, mate.
Yeah, so Claire's like, Doctor, Yaz. And they're like, who are you? And it's like, I guess we haven't met yet. I'm going the long way around. And then
Dun, dun, dun,
she gets
dun,
touched
dun,
by an
dun,
angel
dun.
again. It's kind of silly that, like, there's a scene that does bug me. Like, there's a scene where she quickly looks to the door and then looks back. I feel like angels are a bit quicker.
Should have got her, mate.
But technically, we do see that in Blink. There's a quick dong.
But I do think they get slower every time we see them. They get away with more every time.
I see.
It's not a fan theory. I'm saying it's a fucking production being like,
fan theory over here.
that's it. You know me. So she gets yeeted back in time, mate.
I do like. So then we go. One of my favorite things about Phlox is the TARDIS getting all fucky. Okay, it's
Ooh,
dripping
yeah.
oil. The doors are changing. There's doors growing everywhere.
Doors on the floor.
We do get one scene which I really do like, where Yaz is saying to the Doctor, "There's a reason why you want to go talk to Carvanista. What's going on?" And she'd be like, "You know what, Yaz? I don't have to tell you everything." It's like, I thought we were friends. Like, we are friends.
I love two Northerners just yelling at each other.
Huh?
I love two Northerners just yelling at each other. Why don't you fucking tell me? I don't want to fucking tell you, Yaz.
And then
That's
meanwhile,
what I heard.
Dan's like, I'm in a cage. Let me out.
Great moment for Yaz and a nice little motif for Yaz's theme from Sigun here. When Yaz turns around and she's
Yasmin
like,
Khan.
I'm Yasmin Khan.
Former.
I like former because that's
Former
like
Yorkshire. Yeah, because I'm
Yeah.
like,
a bit more world building in Yaz's world.
so she quit?
She quit, mate. Well, she's never fucking there. And last time she was there, they were like, Yaz, this is your last time taking time off. And she said, don't worry, it will be. And then she
Oh
traveled.
boy, we have a time machine. I can forget I said that.
You're fired.
Oh,
That's what happened.
Shit. No, it is a good scene.
It is. And then she lets him out and they're like scrapping and
I do
laughing.
love how Dad's like, oi, and Jazz is like, we were kind of walking quietly. He's like, oh, sorry.
Oh, that is funny.
There's always funny little things like that. Like
Yeah.
even when they're in the TARDIS, like near the end, where it's like shit's going crazy, and then like the Doctor calls like Carvanista and it's like, it's heading for Earth, and he's like, give me back my human. You just hear Dan yell, I'm not your human.
Yeah.
Like, it's just funny. Like, there's just some funny shit in here that, like, it could be super serious, but, like, it injects humor in, like, good places. And it
fun,
works
mate.
for me.
It's fun.
And then that's when we get the explanation of, like, the Lipari and
what the
what
doctor,
they're doing.
why the doctor has been searching for Carvanista.
Correct.
Is that she knows that. Does she know that he's got something to do with the division?
I believe so.
She's like, tell me about the division. And he's like, fuck you. She's like, yeah, fair enough. And then they check out the species recall signal. He's like, yeah, all the blokes are coming. The big dogs are coming to town.
Well, we see Vinder as well, quite briefly, maybe for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, he gets like 2 scenes.
He gets like 2 scenes.
He's on the spaceship and he's beautiful score.
Yeah, they kind of set up like him being at least Expanished, if that is a word, from
expelled.
Like you know, he's been shoved away into exiled.
Yeah,
away into space.
We're so smart.
For reasons which we will find out, I believe, in Twice Upon Time.
Yeah, that stacks up.
Yeah, I'm good with my flux lore. I'm a big fan of this shit. And then, we get to see him go, what in the name of the saints? And then all the planets are getting destroyed. And he kind of like reports it. And yeah, I think that's kind of it, I guess. And then they go into the TARDIS and it's all the cloister bells going, dong, dong. And it's cut to Vinder and then it cuts to, I guess also Di gets taken away, snatched.
Yeah, she bumps into
Azure.
Yeah.
So we see a shot of her, we see a shot of Claire,
we've
see
also
a shot of Vinder.
Swarm connects with the Doc. And this is, I think, you know, we do often say that Chibnall threw a grenade in the room with the Thomas children and didn't play with it. But there is one really good thing that he actually did that I don't think we get enough credit for. The coolest idea for a villain is A, just Swarm being creepy as he is, but B, the fact that he's a villain set in the times that the Doctor doesn't remember. Immediate advantage to Swarm. He knows all about the Doctor.
And that's what he says. Yeah, it's like, I have the advantage over you because I remember our battles and you don't.
And it's just such a good mystery. Like, I'm saying it, man. Swarm is like the best new human, like not alien warrior race species, like the new master, you know what I'm saying? Like an actual personality of a villain.
Yeah.
He's amazing. Like genuinely amazing.
That's what makes this rewatch for Flux so cool. Is that we don't just get to the end of Jodie's last 9 episodes and go, that was in the Chibnall's era, like that's done now. Everything that's happened in these episodes has consequence because it gets mentioned in episodes that we're watching now. Like, it has stakes. It gets mentioned like Wild Beyond it. It's a big plot point. So you're not just watching all these planets get destroyed and go like, this will just be reversed because Russell's coming back. And that's literally what I was thinking. It's like, this is cool, but it's just going to get reversed. The fact that it actually does have consequences and you're actually watching this and it's a different era, I think it's like super cool.
Super good, man.
And it makes rewatching this like so much fun because you're like, it actually does have consequences.
It's absolutely amazing. I totally agree. It's huge.
It's really cool. Like,
also, Jodie smacks the TARDIS console to open the heart of the TARDIS. It's like a one last...
Yes, which is what they do
in Bad Wolf.
Yeah.
Parting the Ways.
Parting the Ways,
which is a cool little bit.
I think it's like, I was always a bit like, why did Chibnall like mention the flux? But it's like, now rewatching it, Russell. But now rewatching it, it's like, this is so cool knowing that all this has actual consequences. And it's not just like, we're going to destroy the world and it will come back and it'll be fine. It's like, no, consequences, which is cool.
There's more to it. I love 2 last little shout outs. One to Sagan's score throughout the whole thing is really good. And like that final scene where everything's happening and he's just got that really foreboding, like, dun,
it's the end of the universe.
Dun,
I always thought, I would have wondered what it would feel like.
Which is really good. And the second one I want to give a shout out to is Chibnall for doing what I think he does best, which is serial storytelling. Because when the moment this episode ended and it was ending and it was cutting to each individual person, I just thought, well, this is just what we wanted from Chibs from the start because we know he excels in that. And I was just like, thank God we're finally getting that.
Yeah, absolutely.
All these characters that you're given enough interest in. Like, you maybe don't care about all of them yet, but you're interested in them.
Yeah, intrigued, yeah.
Yeah, and you just want to be like,
totally.
Let's see where this goes.
No, I completely agree. It's honestly, I just have so much fun with it. I really do. It's nice to talk good about Chris Chibnall script and story, quite frankly.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Do you want to give it a score out of 10 for me?
8.5.
8.5.
So an extra point than I gave last time.
Wow.
Because honestly, this is just such a fun time at the house.
At the home theatre.
Yeah, at the house, yeah. At the upstairs.
So give it a whole one more than last time. I think I will stick with... okay, I gave Spyfall a 7. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 7.5 then. All right?
Julio Iglesias.
I'm giving it a 0.5 more than the first time I watched it. Because it is fun, mate. It does the job. It ticks the boxes that need to be ticked.
Fantastic.
And I'm here for it. We need one last review.
Fantastic. That's a quote from The Knife Doctor.
We need one last review from the star of the show herself. Hi, Jem. What's that? 10 out of 10 because you like Carvanista?
Wow.
She loves it, mate. She loves it. Do you like it? She loves it.
I like that review because it's not biased.
It's not biased. She just likes dog.
Yeah, it's not biased. It's just to the point and it's realistic.
Love it.
Well, thank you, Aiden.
Thank you, and thank you, Gem, for coming on the pod.
I hope you enjoyed Adelaide.
Fucking
Get it because it's coming out the day that we get back.
Crazy shit, man.
Funny.
I'm really excited to go get some food.
Yeah,
So,
I bet.
Nice.
Nice.
Boy. I eat more food than you.
Yes,
So
you do.
I'm
That is
hungry.
true. I've not eaten today.
I'm so hungry. I'm hungry. Hungry. That's our show, folks. We'll be back next week. Oh, next week's pod. If it happens, it should happen. We're 90% sure we're going to get this
Is that
done.
what it's going to be?
Next week's pod, don't know what it's going to be about yet, but in person, it will feature myself, this guy over here, Connor Hannum,
Hello.
and then swap Jem out. Sorry, Jem, but swap Jem out for
Two
both
other dogs.
for 2 other big dogs.
Yep.
That's the sound of Crispy Burrow barking, and that's the sound of Josh Snares barking. They're both going to join us on the pod in person in Adelaide, hopefully.
We have to get it now.
I hope. Yeah. Well, considering this is going to be edited and scheduled by the time we're in
I don't
Adelaide,
see why it wouldn't happen.
Yeah,
Unless,
we're taking the gear over.
yeah.
If you see us Adelaideans, come say hi. I'll buy you a beer. Actually, no, you'll buy me a beer.
Oh!
That's a joke. You can buy me a midi.
Shit. Give him a Frio lager.
Connor, I will see you in Adelaide.
Yeah, you know, that's actually weird.
'Cause we're
Once
flying-
I leave tonight,
Yeah.
I will see you in Adelaide.
We're
That
flying
is so
separately.
odd.
So,
Yo.
yeah,
All right.
boys on tour, mate. We've never been on holiday like this together.
It's a business trip, as I told my father.
Sorry, yeah, it's not a holiday. It's a business
Yeah.
trip.
Get that word out your
I love
mouth.
the briefcase.
I'm excited. I'm
Briefcase
nervous.
with
More
just a
nervous than
roadcaster.
excited, but you know.
Why are you nervous, mate?
I just get nervous about everything,
It's just the
man.
gang. It's just
I
the
just
gang.
get nervous.
We're just hanging
I'm
out.
nervous.
Oh, you know who should be
Nelly.
nervous?
Who?
Adelaide.
Yeah, boy.
Bad day to be a beer in Adelaide, mate. Bad day to be a beer in Adelaide. That whole weekend.
Very
Beer's going to be
excited.
gone.
I'm
Holes
very-
in the bottom of pint glasses, mate.
Very keen for a few beers.
Ooh,
All right.
might have to book in a liver transplant for when I get back, mate.
Nah.
It's Aidan and Connor's podcast. We're doing
to Adelaide.
and we're doing reviews in Adelaide.
I guess we might.
Revisited.
Post credit scene
Of Gem.
with the dog itself.
She looks terrified, doesn't she?
It's all the same. Maybe it's all the dog sound bites.
Look at that side eye going on. Gem, are you okay, love?
Gammy, gam.
You okay?